Wait, how many friends do you have on Letterboxd, Hans?
I think it's just you two.
Yeah.
That's weird. At a certain point, whenever your friends are low enough, it must just like completely make it up based on nothing.
Friends or people? Is followers and following?
Yeah, there isn't actually friends. There's followers and following. So whenever it goes popular with friends, I assume
It's Hollywood.
that's
There's
some
no such thing as friends. It's
combination
just
of
followers
and following.
So we have Mary, Ashton, Aaron, Zach, Skelly, Sarah, and I'm pretty sure this is Jared. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure it is. People following me, the same, and someone I don't know who it is.
Oh, look at you.
Hold up, let me say something.
This is...
Probably a Russian bot?
I think so. Watch 0, list 0, likes 0, 0 followers. Following 3 people. I'm one of them. This is not a real person.
No.
Or it's a real person and they just really value your input on,
Yeah.
Wait, no! Oh no, I'm so sorry. I take it all back. This person is following 3 people and it's us 3. This is a person that actually listens to us. I'm so sorry.
Yay!
Wait, hold on. What's the username?
Here, I'll send it.
Because I'm like, or is this just a person? Like, is this someone that we know?
Yeah.
Maybe?
Oh, I know exactly who that is. It's one of my students from Gettysburg.
Oh, okay. There we go. So that is probably the one person who read the description that we put in all of our episodes that says follow us on Letterboxd and actually followed us on Letterboxd.
Wow.
That's funny. I'm so sorry, Colin. I thought you were
No, he's a real dude.
the fake account.
Is it time to get right into it, Hans? This is your episode.
So. Is it Hans's?
This is mine.
This is yours. Oh, he's deer in the headlights.
Oh, I don't want this to be mine.
Why not?
Well,
it's our last one.
The only way I can describe this is that this is like an arty movie, and I'm not an arty kind of person, and I can't. my description would not do it justice.
Can we clap it and then I'll tell you what I think about that?
Sure.
Great.
Packing hot dogs for the road. This is exactly what the nerds want.
A friend got burned.
I see it.
Yes, Hans.
Punch my microphone a little bit.
Welcome to M. Night Shyamalan.
Welcome, everybody, to the finale of M. Night Shyamalan. That was bad. Today we're talking about Praying with Anger, his independent film from 1992, written, produced, directed by, and starring M. Night Shyamalan in his directorial debut. Aaron, what you got?
So, Hans, you said before the official intro that this is an arty film. And I would say this is a very straightforward film made by an artsy person.
Yeah. Well, actually, Aaron, if we're just going to get right into it, my question for you, I'm just going to, maybe I need to open up dictionary.com or something over on my end, but like, what is this movie? What's the word for this? We've talked about, a nexus, a turning point, a crux, a Rosetta Stone. I guess you could easily say this is the genesis of it all. Like, if we're going to give it one word, but what is...
you could say this is the genesis. Except it's kind of not. And that's what really bothers me about this movie.
Bothers you?
More than the fact that you can only find it in like 240p.
Super crunchy vision. Yeah, okay.
VHS rip.
So yeah, all of us, we watched this. I assume all 3 of us watched it via the copy floating around on YouTube that appears to be a VHS scan, which is widescreen, but with black bars on top to make it into 4:3. So when you're watching it on your TV, it's just taking up like a quarter of the actual screen real estate. And it is like, 140p sound mixing. What mixing? No mixing happened there.
No.
Visuals, lights. Nope. Gone. Crushed. It's real. It's art in that way.
A significant chunk of the dialogue is garbled.
Yes.
Okay. Let's put this in perspective, though. This was his first movie, produced by him, This was made for, what did it say? The 1993 AFI Film Fest.
Yes.
Like, this was not.
He was
meant
21.
to be- he was 21 years old. Like, the
Yes.
guy,
Yeah.
what, still in college?
In the late 80s, early 90s,
Yeah.
in his
Yeah.
early 20s. Because you can make
This
something
is-
like higher quality than this in your early 20s now.
Yeah, but just like the,
Like, put in the
I guess
time.
my point is for what it is, you're ragging on it a little bit. For what it is,
No,
I
no, no.
actually think
Not
it's
ragging
very
on
good.
No, we're grading on a curve here, definitely.
No, I'm being very literal when you say it's an arty film and Aaron says it's a straightforward film in an arty way. I think that actually, like, in a vacuum, in the perfect setting, just looking at this movie, I would agree with Aaron that it is a straightforward film told by an artsy person. But I'm talking about the experience of, have you ever been to like a modern art gallery and just sat in one of the rooms where they have one of the art films playing?
This could very easily be playing in one of those rooms.
I have sat and just watched the same like 2-minute looping film for like 30 minutes in the art museum, and a lot of them look like this. Like, that's what I mean when I say like, oh, it's a little, like, I genuinely think this Cruncho vision, impossible to actually kind of tell what's going on in some scenes.
Yes.
Like, accidentally, not on purpose, the technical aspects of it kind of inadvertently make it an art film, because this feels a lot like something I've just like sat in the Guggenheim and looked at.
Yeah.
Like, it unintentionally is an art film because there needs to be a little bit of just inscrutability and a little hostility to the viewer in order to make it arts.
Yeah, I think
Capital A
before
RTM.
Before we completely lose the plot and each
Yes.
give our theses on what art is in relation to film, I think we need to hear from Hans what this movie is.
Okay, so this is why I didn't really want to be the one to.
We've said this before, like, oh, I need you to do the recap. Like, tell me what's going on, literally, because I don't know what's going on. And here, there is a little bit of that, because there is definitely some times I could not tell what was going on.
Yeah.
Right.
Looking through a little peephole into this movie.
I think on a fundamental level, it's pretty straightforward, but
Yes.
It is pretty straightforward. Yes. This is like how would you put it? It's not a coming of age thing, because that's
no, but it has
in
that
college.
it has
But
that
it sort of
texture.
has that essence,
Yeah.
kind of.
Coming of culture, almost.
Hey,
rather
can
than
I
coming of
throw
age.
something out there?
Sure.
This would very much be a story about a white guy who went to India and found spirituality.
Mm-hmm.
Except the main character isn't white; he's M. Night Shyamalan. Like, near the end of the movie, there's even like a white savior thing, and it's very odd. But that's kind of the vibe I got from this. Is
Yeah, he just inadvertently, he's an Indian American. So, like, on the face of it, it's an
Let's
Indian
just-
American coming to India.
give
and
us
learning
the
about that,
plot,
but
and
it
then we
is-
can dissect.
Yeah,
the themes.
let's go through it. Okay, so in this movie, we follow Dev Rahman. I'm sorry, I'm gonna get it wrong. I know. Played by M. Night Shyamalan. He is an American, and he is sent to India to spend. It's either a semester or a year,
It's a little vague. I think it's a semester, but
because he says something about 3 months, but then he also says a year. I don't know. It doesn't matter. He's supposed to spend semester, year, something of college in India, in his home, not hometown, but roughly where his father was from. His parents want to, his father has just passed away. His mother thinks that it would be good for him to sort of get in touch with his roots in India. He stays with a family who's a little cold to him at first, but they warm up to him over time, because he has this track record where there was a fight that broke out in his school in America, and now that follows him around, and he's bummed about it. Blah, blah, blah. You go through him in college. Nobody likes him except the guy he lives with. He likes a girl. Girl doesn't like him. That's complicated, and there's like cultural reasons for it. And then there are bullies that bully him, and there are reasons for it. And then at the end of the movie, there's this whole thing where the white savior thing, where he sort of like redeems himself in the eyes of the bully, because he saves the bully, because the bully was about to be murdered by religious extremists. It was
He like stops a lynch
interesting.
mob. He like stops a hate crime. They were going to burn him alive with gasoline.
So it's very much
takes a left turn at the end there.
It has the feel, it has the texture of like a teen coming of age movie set in college with college students in India, with an American guy coming to grips with Indian culture, which is really interesting, and I think done relatively well given the experience level that he had at the time. I like this movie. And then at the end, he kind of stops a murder where they were going to burn a man alive with gasoline simply because he was of a different religion, and it kind of takes a left turn there, and then the movie more or less ends.
Well, and he gets rejected by the gal that he really likes, and then the movie ends.
Yeah.
Yep.
He pours out his feelings in a very Shyamalan way.
Yeah.
Yes, he does, and then she says that she is engaged and it is not her choice, but that's the culture and she has to do it. She's sorry. So,
roll credits.
Yeah.
I actually liked this movie for what it is. It was very interesting, and it was very interesting to see so much of him because we're so used to just seeing cameos, with the exception of Lady in the Water, which is a whole other thing.
Go listen to our episode on Lady on the Water.
What do you guys think about this movie?
I hate to say it, but I think this is his most boring movie. It is. I don't know. For me, it felt okay. We're remembering he is still. I think is he still in school at this point? Like he's. This is literally.
I'd have to look it up.
Film. He's in his early 20s. This is his first time making like a feature film, and it's very straightforward, and it feels almost like by the numbers, which is not terrible. Like it's not badly executed. There are a few moments, I think in the edit, it gets confusing about what's happening. But then like partway through a scene, I'm like, oh, okay, this is what's happening. Like I think when the host family, the daughter of the host family gets married, like you see the beginning, there's like this montage of things just happening. And we're like doing like a time skip. And then we're suddenly at this wedding. And I'm like, what is going on? Who is getting married? What's happening? And it takes like the characters looking at each other and saying, that's my sister. She's getting married. Watch this wedding happen in front of you.
This
I'm like,
is why the Shyamalan dialogue is the way it is.
Oh, okay. Now I get what's going on. And a big part of the reason is that like it's just because the viewing experience, watching this as it exists now, as it is accessible now, it is so crunchy. It was really hard for me to tell who was who on the screen sometimes. Like if someone is in the background, I can't tell who that is. Unless someone has like a really distinct hairstyle that they keep the whole time. So like his school bully has like a really distinct hair and beard combo that you legit, even when it's really blurry, helpful. You can tell who that is. And he tends to wear like these bright, flashy green shirts.
Yes.
And so I'm like, okay, I know who that is. I can identify his bully.
I mean, that's not the fault of. That's not his.
That's
fault,
not
though.
his
like,
fault.
This is just our experience with it because the only thing we can get a hand.
The only
like,
thing
like,
we can talk about is our experience.
Is this like VHS scan?
That's not.
I can't tell you what Hans. I can't tell you what it was like to watch this movie at the 1993 AFI Fest. I can only tell you what it was like to watch it on YouTube in crunchy 240p VHS scan. That's the experience we're sharing. We have to be honest to ourselves.
It's just,
internal consistency.
I get that. It's really difficult to critique his work on this film when that's the case.
I am not experiencing it as it was intended.
Yes. I mean, Aaron's point, he's kind of bringing that up as I think something in a similar vein. There were parts that I could tell that I would really like. There were parts I could tell that were very good, and I was just feeling that limitation. There's like a scene when they bring him into a room and this guy is like bullying him and like makes him drink a bunch of beer and is like messing with him. The lighting in that scene was just unreal compared to the rest of this movie. It was weirdly a lot like the Joker interrogation scene in Batman the Dark Knight. Like it was closer to that than you would think.
Yeah.
Like the way this guy just like steps out of he's like just in the shadows and then he just like leans his face out. And like there's a really cool, like you can tell they were very deliberate with the lighting and the staging and the setting of that scene. And also just like because it's just the whole screen is black, like there are just gigantic like 4-inch wide chunks of black squares of the compression like trying to deal with it. And I could tell like, oh, this would actually like, this is a very promising for first time filmmaker. There's a great intentionality of the filming here. I think it has good results. He like understands the interplay of like light and character movement and how to capture that in a film. And it is just crunched down to be nigh indistinguishable. So it's not, oh, this movie sucks because it's low quality. It's like, we're going to have thoughts on the movie, but we can't ignore the viewing experience that you get nowadays.
Yes. I want a Blu-ray scan of the original film stock.
We joked in Wide Awake. We joked, "Where's the 4K director's cut?" Like, out of all of his movies, this is the one that is most in need of that 4K director's cut re-release.
Yes,
this needs to be put in an actually viewable format out of all of them. And what's really funny is, like, I haven't talked about it in a while, but most of these M. Night Shyamalan movies I've just watched on our Samsung Frame TV that's hung up in our living room. And the Samsung Frame TV is not a good TV. It is a TV that is very bad at being a TV, and you are a sucker if you buy it. My name is Zach. Hi, I'm the sucker who bought the Samsung Frame TV. It's not good at being framed artwork, and it's not good at being a TV, but it can do both. And most of these movies I've watched on that TV. This is like the first one in a while. Like, we watched Trap in a movie theater, everything else on the Garbo Not Good Bad TV by Samsung. This is the first one that now we got the basement cleaned, we painted the walls, like I got like the OLED with the sound bar. Like, I actually have a setup again that's appropriate for watching movies, and it was Praying with Anger, the 480p YouTube rip that you looking through the periscope to watch, and that was very funny. So I was watching it in the best possible way I could, and it was still a struggle. Yikes. But outside of those technical aspects, Hans, this won't surprise you. I'm so sorry we do this to you so often. We like getting up on you like we're the bullies at the school picking on the new guy.
Yeah, salute me.
I was pretty cool. I was pretty cold on this. It was kind of a 2.5. It was kind of the weakest one so far.
Hold on.
Okay.
We were just talking about Letterboxd before we started recording, and I put my review in there. I didn't look at either of yours. I gave it 2 stars.
I gave it 2.5 stars, no heart.
I gave it 2.5, no hearts.
So interesting.
So we rated okay.
So I'm looking at this strictly. I don't know. Maybe this is a mistake, but I'm looking at this strictly through the lens. Of
film review. After we've done like 75 movies, give me your theory of how you review a film.
I'm looking at this one specifically through the lens of I just looked it up. He graduated from NYU in 1992.
Okay.
So, and this movie's official release date was what? September of 1992. Yeah. So yes, this would have been like his senior project.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at this through a lens of an amateur filmmaker who is in his final year of college trying to like express his art, like express his talents. Mm-hmm. And maybe it's not the most ambitious movie. Maybe it's not the most ambitious plot. Maybe it's not perfect, obviously. But for what it is, I thought it was pretty good. Like, I didn't have a bad time watching it. I wasn't bored watching it. Like, it despite the poor quality that we talked about way too much already, like, I thought that this was an interesting movie to view through that lens. I wouldn't recommend this movie to someone else and say, hey, you really got to watch Praying with Anger. But I don't know. I liked it.
I think along those lines, like, I would recommend Praying with Anger only to those who want to be Shyamalan completionists.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to see everything he's made, this is a thing that he made that is important for his career. And, like, as a filmmaker, as an artist, this is important. It's not good, I think. It's not like, I feel like watching a movie tonight. Let's put on Praying with Anger. No.
Yeah, just casually chilling and maybe bring a girl over, have like a little wine, put on Praying with Anger by M. Night Shyamalan. Great first date
Be
movie.
Insufferable the entire time because the only reason you're watching this movie is because you're like really into movies.
It doesn't matter the whole thing. I put on, I'm going to be insufferable the whole time. So that point is moot.
Yes, but for what it is, if you do want to be a Shyamalan completionist, which by the way you definitely should, his movies really. If I've learned one thing through this project, his movies are criminally underrated.
Yeah.
Well, most
his
of
movies
are criminally underrated.
They're criminally rated, but there's more to it than a rating.
Yeah, they're rated about how they should be.
Solidly rated.
They're rated about how they should be rated, but you should like them more.
Yeah, they're more interesting than you would assume. His 3.5 is much more interesting than most 3.5s.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I mean that's
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Zach, what about you?
I mean, I think for me, it's go back and listen to our Wide Awake review and then just like crank all those dials like a little bit up. If I'm watching Wide Awake and like, oh, this is just such a slow paced, like slice of life, semi-autobiographical, somewhat coming of age, like religiously oriented film. Yeah, it's just that, but more. It's just more slow paced, more semi-autobiographical, like more random vignette slice of life, more like.
Isn't it
just
interesting?
feels like this was Wide Awake the 0 or Wide Awake 0.5.
Well,
Wide Awake the college years.
I think it makes perfect sense that he made this as a student film, and then he goes out to make his first like Hollywood film, and it's praying with anger, but more acceptable to a white American audience. Like
it's American. It's like how a movie will come out and then you'll get like the American remake or something.
Yeah.
It like he just did that to himself. He just did his own American remake of his like Bollywood praying with anger.
Yeah. The whole time throughout this movie, I'm thinking like this structurally, this is it's Wide Awake.
Yes. He made Infernal Affairs and then he made The Departed. Like same guy did both. But for coming of age, semi-autobiographical, religious.
Yeah.
Maybe suitable viewing for like a made for TV movie, maybe a little bit Lifetime, a little bit after school,
a little
special.
bit easier to swallow, a little bit more accessible. This not quite as artsy.
It felt very after school special. This one, I'm not gonna lie, it was very after school special, and then we got to the don't do hate crimes part, and I'm like, oh, it is one of those episodes. It feels like a very special episode on the '90s sitcom here.
Yes.
Can we break that down just a little bit, because I feel like we're already getting to the end of things to say. This is going to be a short one, which is fine.
That's fine.
Absolutely.
But I do want to break that down a little bit. So tail end of the movie, he's reflecting in their room. Him, Dev, and Sanjay, his roommate, the son of the family that's taking care of him. They're reflecting on his last, I think they said 3 months, and he's talking about how he's gonna confess his love to this girl that he really likes, and etc.
But she's really traditional.
Yeah, she's really traditional. And then so that's been the movie, right? It's been that theme, that texture, right?
Yeah.
And then you hear a ruckus out on the street, and they both get up and run downstairs to the mom, and they say like, "What's going on out there?" And she said, "I don't know. The dad went out to go see what's up, so we shouldn't go outside until he gets back." Dad comes back in and he says, there was a girl, the daughter of someone in the neighborhood, was run over by a drunk driver, and that drunk driver happened to be of not the religion of the neighborhood.
He's Muslim in this.
He's Muslim.
Which a drunk driving.
Yeah.
They
didn't say he was a good Muslim, like.
Yeah.
Right. So there's a riot in the street because of this, and then you'll have to tell me if I'm wrong, because and then the school bully who was expelled from school for cheating and his like crew, they show up on their bikes, out on their motorcycles, just sort of out of nowhere. They were not responsible for this crime.
No, they were completely unrelated.
They were completely unrelated. So they show up. I couldn't tell because of the crunchiness, but I'm pretty sure the head bully, he's drunk, actively drinking, and he spies who I believe was the school administrator, whoever that expelled him. Is that who that was?
I think that's who that was.
Okay, who was out in the streets.
If he could have been wearing like a bright green polo and had a distinctive haircut, this would have gone a long way.
But he was in a nightgown out in the street as part of the
he was out in the street rioting. So bully gets off his bike. His buddies say no, don't do it. They drive off. And this is another one of those scenes where the lighting was really good, because he runs off into the darkness after them, and then the camera stays exactly still, and then he walks back into the light. It's a whole big thing. Looks really cool. And then he walks over to the guy who expelled him, breaks the bottle that he was drinking from, holds it to this guy's neck. Then the crowd riots around them.
Yeah.
So M. Night Shyamalan sees this happening, comes out, splits them up, throws Bully on the ground, starts punching him in the face, gets up, walks away. Then the crowd converges on Bully. I'm assuming he was also Muslim.
Yes.
Because
so
that's what it...
His friends warn him, don't go over to the crowd. We're Muslim. They'll kill us.
Right. So guy who's completely unrelated to what happened, unfortunately of the same religion of the person of what happened, then he's on the ground after M. Night Shyamalan beats him up. He tries to get up and the crowd swarms him and they pour gasoline on his head and are about to light a match. And then M. Night Shyamalan steps back in.
Yeah.
And then grabs the gas, throws the gas on everyone in the crowd, and then starts asking all of the people there whose God is going to save them as he threatens to light them all on fire.
He does like a god off.
Yeah.
Blows out the match and walks away and gives the nod to the Bully to just get out of here.
Yes.
Do I have all that right?
Yeah, I think so. I think that was pretty much
and
that scene.
the other hour and 20 minutes leading up to that in the movie is not like that.
No. It's like a teen romance movie that's happening in college.
Yeah.
And the whole
it's these bullies are really getting me down, and this girl I really like, and
I don't understand the cultural differences here.
My foster family, my exchange family doesn't accept me for who I am, and the teach is a real jerk.
They poured gasoline on my bully and almost lit him on fire.
Yeah, and then it turns into racist hate crime.
Right.
Whoa.
So there are deeper themes here, because throughout the movie he talks so often about how you Indians, you're so passionate. Mm-hmm. You're so incredibly passionate that you're either what did he say? I can't remember the exact line, but he's saying either you're praying and you are the most holy people I've ever seen, or you're really angry and you're about to freaking kill someone out in the streets over it, over something that they're entirely unrelated, that was entirely unrelated to them.
Yeah.
It's very, and it's interesting.
I'm white. I don't know if
what
we all are.
Looking at me.
We all are. Extremely.
But I don't know how to read the fish out of water cultural story here, because M. Night Shyamalan is obviously also of Indian descent. So he's writing this and acting in this, and he's filming it in India with a bunch of Indian actors. And so when he's doing all the fish out of water cultural differences stuff, I don't exactly know how to read that, because it feels in many ways like this kind of story that a white guy would write about him going to India and experiencing this culture. And I found it's a meme at this point that someone goes on a semester abroad to some Eastern country and discovers Eastern religion and then comes back enlightened or whatever. And that's kind of the story of what happens.
Yeah, that was what
it
was definitely called a meme when the Beatles did that, when
yes.
John Paul, George, and Ringo went to India and came back playing the sitar and everything. That was a solid meme.
Yes. Yeah. Except the guy who's writing this story is of Indian descent. He grew up in the United States.
Well, yeah, and to be very when you look at his life story, he was born in India. It says that his family immigrated when he was 6 weeks old. So his family is from India. He was born there very, very young, grew up in the United States, went to NYU, went there throughout so I think this was him coming back to India to shoot the film about the guy coming back to India for the first time. I want to give it at least some trust, because clearly I don't know what I'm talking about with any of this, but this is quite literally his life.
Yeah. I mean, I'm friends with one Indian guy. One of my brother priests here in our diocese is from Tamil India, Father Raja. Really, really good guy. Lived his entire life in India. And I know some stories of what it's like from him, but also he was in a really specific situation in India, a really dangerous situation in India. So I don't know anything about the culture except what he's told me, but I've never been there. Hans has been there, but Again, that was a really
I've been
limited
there.
experience, right?
I was there for 2 weeks, and
Yeah.
I spent the vast majority of those 2 weeks in an office building.
Yeah.
And I ate the most toned down food that they had to make special for me
Yeah.
with no spice in it. And they all made fun of me every single day pretty consistently. And I got to say, I deserved it. However, that food was delicious.
So
It
you
was
never
really, really good.
So you never had an experience where you were like visiting another town and you got like robbed at knife point and then you had to cut fish heads for 6 hours to buy a bus ticket back? Like that didn't
No.
happen to
No,
you or
no.
by the way, that does
We
happen
went-
in this
so-
movie too.
The weekend that I was, so like every day that we were there for 2 weeks, I was there for one weekend. Every day we were in the office from, it was like 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Like we were there
Woof.
all day. And then, well, it's because their work schedule's like kind of nutty because some of them come in really early to have overlap with Eastern Standard Time. But then some of them will come in like they're I think the rule was that they had to be there by like noon their time. And then however their 8-hour day worked out, whatever. So because we were there for all of them, we were just there all day, which is fine. That's what we were there for. Anyway, during the week, we didn't really do much. We went out to dinner a couple nights. They took us to some really, really nice restaurants. We went to this really nice rooftop restaurant where they had a cricket game on a projector projecting onto like the building across the street.
Nice.
It was
That's
really
neat.
cool.
Classic.
But the weekend that I was there, we went out and we did a whole bunch of like touristy stuff. They took us to museums, other restaurants. We went to tour this like big castle that was I couldn't tell you. I don't remember what the name of it was. I don't remember how old it was, but it was very, very like many hundreds of years older than the United States of America.
Yeah.
It was super, super cool. Everyone there was unbelievably nice. We were chaperoned very heavily when we were
Yes.
like out in public, and they gave us they gave us like a whole rundown. Here are the rules. Here are the people you don't talk to. You like follow me everywhere. Don't let me out of your sight. All that.
It was a curated experience.
It was. But everybody that we talked to, everybody I came in contact with was unbelievably nice and so welcoming. And there was like, maybe it was because, not maybe, I'm positive. It was because we were in an area of office buildings of tech companies that outsourced, that do outsourced work from the United States. But it was a really great experience.
Cool.
Nicest hotel I've ever been in my entire life was in
Wow,
India.
really?
It was awesome. The Trident Hotel in Hyderabad, if you're ever there.
So you didn't ever have like a mean principal or anything that was just like, stop talking, like answer my questions right now. You didn't have any of those?
No, I was the mean principal, actually. No, because
okay.
I was
makes
24
sense.
when I went to India. Had just been promoted to a senior software engineer, and I was like there to tell these people how to work better with the company that they worked for, and they were all older than me, and some of them didn't like that so much.
Yeah.
But you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, I don't know how to read some of the cultural stuff because I think if a white American made this movie, it would read very differently.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like if this was not directed, written, produced, starring M. Night
Yes.
Shyamalan, there would be a very different read on it.
Yes. Yeah.
So this is kind of just like, all right, you know what, M. Night? I'm going to take you at your word on this.
I kind of have to.
I
Yeah.
think that's our main.
Because-
I think that's our option.
He has some pretty tough critiques of Indian culture as he presents it. So I
Right.
don't even know if those are critiques of Indian culture or if they're just critiques of this presentation of this guy who grew up in the United States, his presentation of
Mhm.
Indian culture.
I mean, or just if this is what to me would be a compelling story. Like it
Yeah.
doesn't necessarily have to be, here's my grand sweeping, hey, I'm M. Night Shyamalan, here is my literal thesis on the country, you know, on the subcontinent
Yeah,
of
yeah,
India.
yeah.
It
Yeah.
could just be, here's what I think to be a dynamic story for this character.
Yeah.
This is just one of those things that's very challenging for the
Yes.
three white guys who
Yeah.
make a movie podcast to
Yeah.
talk
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we can't really get into the intricacies of, you know, what these relationships and marriages and how those work out and how religion works over in India. That's
No, I'll have to
not
ask Raja.
not our experience.
No.
Yeah.
What I can say that I did appreciate, what I can say I did like is that in the first half of this movie, there's a very solid bit where he shows up and they're like explaining the dynamics. And they're like, and so, the bullies come up and they tell him to do something. And he's like, no, I'm not going to do that. And they're like, yo, what are you doing, man? You got to listen to what the bullies say. And then the bullies come up and they tell him to do something. And he's like, okay. And he does it. And they're like, yo, what the heck, man? You can't do that. You can't be listening to the bullies. And that just felt like the setup and then the reset up. That one really got me. That was a very solid bit. You know what? I got to hand it to the bullies. That's a pretty solid way to mess with a new kid, the freshie that's been here for like 2 weeks. Like whenever they did that, whenever they're like, why'd you listen to the bullies? I was sitting there like, you told him to.
Well, not like that.
You didn't really have another choice.
Or like, so his love interest, he asks his housemate, his host, like, can I go talk to her? Is that allowed? Like, he's trying to be sensitive to the culture. He's like, I would really like to talk to her. She looks very pretty, and I would like to talk to her. And he's like, yeah, I think you can go talk to her. I don't think that would like cause any problems. So he goes up and just like taps her on the shoulder, and everyone freaks out.
Nope.
And he's like, what did I? And his host is like, I told you could talk to her. I didn't say you could touch her.
The whole first like 45 minutes of this movie is just him just like, hey, can I do this? And they're like, why the heck would you do that? For like solid every interaction he has is someone just being like, what the heck, dude?
How dare you ask the teacher a question?
Yeah, he's questioning authority. He's trying to tap gals on the shoulder. Like,
how dare?
Do you want to know a fun fact? I got like one quick fun fact to close this out. I don't really have much else besides that.
Yeah, I don't really have much else to say. It's all right.
I do not know the citation for this. I do not know where this comes from. This is according to the IMDb page for this movie is quite sparse. According to the IMDb trivia page for Praying with Anger, during shooting, when Shyamalan was apparently challenged by making his first film, a member of the Indian sound crew told him that he reminded him of Steven Spielberg when he went to India to shoot Close Encounters of the Third Kind. This gave the director energy to continue. Sure. I like to believe that there was a member of the sound crew in this movie that was doing the next Spielberg thing.
Yeah.
A solid decade before the next Spielberg label really took off.
Before the war on Big Fat.
Awfully on the nose.
That seems awfully on. If that were any more on the nose, be a pair of glasses. I choose to believe. I choose to believe that happened.
I want to believe.
He was destined to be the next Spielberg. But yeah, Praying with Anger.
It's all right.
Hans, why is the movie called Praying with Anger?
I was half expecting them to say Praying with Anger at some point, but it didn't.
It's that it's because he sees that everyone there, the whole theme of the movie is that Indians are so passionate. Everything they do is done with such passion. And there's a couple different times throughout the movie where they talk about going to pray at a temple, and he's not into it. He's like, that's a little too far for me. I'm not really sure about that. And there's something in there about how you don't have to, like, you can still pray to your God. You don't have to pray to our God as long as you're doing it passionately. Like the worst thing you could do is pray with indifference. And so he found by the end of the film, by the end of the story, he found that he instead of being indifferent, he could pray with passion, and his passion comes from anger. I think, right? Did I get that right?
No, yeah. No, you have that right.
Sure.
Actually, wait. That does remind me. I didn't do this on purpose. That does remind me of the one other random critique that I had of this movie. Because yes, you are correct. That is what happens. It is very weird to me throughout this entire movie that all the teachers and all the parents and all the authority figures keep saying like, oh yeah, this guy, this American, he's bad news. And then they cut to literally like tiny, cute infant M. Night Shyamalan. And they're like, yeah, this guy's such a thug. He's so angry. It reminded me a lot a couple weeks ago when I watched The Running Man, the new Edgar Wright flick Running Man. And it took me like most of the movie. Like, I haven't read the book that it was based on. I never read the Stephen King book. I was like more than halfway through the movie when I was like, wait, his character is supposed to be like the angriest man alive. Like, his character is supposed to be too angry to function. And they cast, what's that guy's name? Glenn Powell for it. Like just the human capybara Glenn Powell, and like I realized like they're playing him up as like, oh, this guy, he's just so mad he can't contain it. He's just the angriest man you've ever met. And then I see him and I'm like, no, he's not. That's Glenn Powell. He's Tom Cruise's buddy. He's always smiling. What do you mean he's the angriest man alive? So I think there was a bit of miscasting there. I felt a lot of those same vibes watching this movie when they're like, oh yeah, he's such a bully and he's got this temper, and I'm like,
oh, but that's
not
the point, is that he doesn't.
No,
so,
but then he talks about
that.
like, oh, I do have this temper, like I don't get angry often, but when I do, I just see red, and I'm like, no, you're not. You're M. Night Shyamalan. You're adorable. What are you talking about?
Well, because so the reason everyone says this is because he got in a fight back in America, but he talks about the fight, and he's like, it was one fight.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
I didn't start it. Like,
yeah,
but he does later on. He does say something like, "Oh, I don't get angry often, but like when I do, ooh."
In that conversation, he does say that like he doesn't get angry often.
Yeah,
but if
and
he
I'm
does
like,
get angry,
that's
he,
not true.
Like, loses control.
I'm like, you're too. Oh shucks, what are you talking about? Come on, Em.
Oh shucks.
Oh shucks, you're just a little guy.
Until he finally does, lose his patience.
Step up and grab the gasoline.
Angry mob that was pouring gasoline on his bully.
I just don't. His main characterization being like the anger. I'm just like, I don't know about that. I understand you're a little limited in who you could cast for the lead role in this film, but like, I think he could have found an angrier looking guy.
So when he remade this movie and called it Wide Awake, he just made the main character just like a little adorable kid.
Yes. Because I'm like, that is 21-year-old baby M. Night Shyamalan. Yeah, whenever he remade it in America, he just got an 8-year-old to play the part. That makes more sense.
Yeah, that tracks.
He cracked it. He figured out the code. He cracked it and made he fixed his 2.5-star movie and made a real solid 3-star movie out of it.
Yeah, that makes me think, is this the only M. Night Shyamalan movie without a child actor?
Well, yeah, so not really a child actor. We do have a very extended cameo. We do have, I think we've talked about some of his signature camera works. We do have some M. Night Shyamalan dialogue, some M. Night Shyamalan writing. Yeah. We do, it's not really a twist. It kind of comes out, it's not actually a twist ending, but that ending does just kind of come out of nowhere.
Yes.
There is randomly like a 2-minute, somewhat supernatural scene where his like housemate,
he sees the shadow of his father meld into his own shadow.
Oh yeah. Wait, no, there's that. I was going to say there's the time when his buddy is just like, oh yeah, this house has ghosts, by the way. Okay. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
There's vaguely a kind of supernatural story contained within the sentimental thing. Like it does have some M. Night Shyamalan-isms, but no child actors as far as and they're all college age or above, really.
Yeah. I think the Shyamalan-isms are like nascent. They're
nascent. There we go. This is the bedrock of it. This is
the bedrock.
The primordial sludge that the fish they haven't grown their legs to crawl onto land.
Yeah, they're there, but they're not really developed. I mean, he's obviously still finding his voice here.
Right.
He doesn't have a developed idea of himself as a filmmaker because this is his first film. So I think this is why for me it feels really straightforward, because for everything he does from here on out, it's pretty easy to follow like what's going on here, and not just because the characters turn to the camera and tell you what's happening, but it like there's nothing I think like crazy going on with how the plot works, or there's not like a bunch of mystical stuff happening that you like the rules of the universe will just change at some point. Like the rules of the story don't just shift. You do have something come out of left field near the end, but it's not because, it turns out there's like a monster living under the town the whole time.
Or turns out there weren't monsters living under the town the whole time.
Yeah.
Done both.
Yeah. We're not establishing rules about this universe and then breaking them like we do in most of his movies. Where it's all pretty straightforward.
And other than, like you mentioned, when random dad shadow ghost merges into I understand you now, Dad. The dad shadow ghost is there.
Yes,
that is the most future Shyamalan-y moment right there, is Dad Shadow Ghost, and I can't believe I completely forgot about Dad Shadow Ghost until you mentioned it.
Yeah, it's really short, and it just kind of happens at like a random moment in the movie.
No, I was watching, and I'm just like, what is even? I'm like, and I'm like, oh, Dad Shadow Ghost.
It's the shadow of his father,
and then it doesn't come up again.
Nope. This might be our shortest episode like ever because
Hans, close us out.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much all I have to say about this.
Yeah.
We made it. That's not nearly as much of a testament to our to our, what would you call it? Endurance, yeah, as it was for the last project. Making it through 49 of those movies was pretty brutal. This time it's been actually interesting.
Yeah.
Although last season
I'm looking back at
last season also just kind of ended with like okay.
Yeah.
That's the end.
Oh.
What's with these anticlimactic? Come on, Neil Breen, you got to pull through. Your last movie's got to
I don't think there's a universe in which he doesn't. I think there is one more episode related to Shyamalan that I want to do as a Patreon exclusive. I want us to watch Stuart Little.
Wait, what did he have to do with Stuart Little again?
He ghost wrote it, didn't he?
I believe so, yeah.
Really? Screenplay by M. Night Shyamalan. Yeah. Okay, all right.
So, Patreon exclusive Stuart Little, one more main feed, non-Patreon exclusive for the wrap-up episode.
Yes. Yeah.
Hans is doing is muted, but he's doing Trump hands,
moving
so
like
I don't
he's
even
talking.
know what to...
I do want to be clear. Sorry, I want to be clear. This is not the end of this series because Remain comes out in 2027.
This is true.
It was supposed to be this year, but it's been pushed. We will be revisiting Shyamalan.
The Nicholas Sparks movie.
The first time that we'll be watching it in order.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like when you have a whole series and then do a prequel that's set before all of it, but this is like we watched everything backwards and then we pre-sequel our way back to the end.
Probably no quiz show for this one.
No game show episode?
I don't think no game show. We talked about that.
No, I don't think a game show for this one.
We can do game show episodes for the Goofy seasons.
Yeah. No, the dog water seasons get game shows. Neil Breen will have a game show.
No, we can't say anything else. Can't spoil it. Yeah. Can't spoil the plans. Beyond that, everybody already knows we're doing Breen. I'm very excited for Breen.
I'm very excited for Breen, actually.
We'll see how I feel about Breen. I don't know how I feel about Breen yet.
I'm just excited. I've discovered that I love Shyamalan, and I've been confirmed not to and pre-anticipate the wrap up episode, but it feels great to have discovered that I really like M. Night Shyamalan.
I think I'm going to feel exactly about Breen as I should feel about Breen. I don't think there's going to be any surprise.
But I think there was a certain point in this project that I discovered that I really like Shyamalan, and I knew that I was going to be interested in every movie past. I can't tell you exactly what movie it was that I watched. So that I was I'm going to enjoy watching the rest of these just because I like M. Night. But I think around that point, I started to think, okay, what is next season? What is next season about? And I started looking forward to the next season at a certain point during this one. Not because I was done with M. Night, but because I was confident that I was going to at least find whatever I watch from him to be interesting because I like him. And I'm interested in him as an artist. And I was like, okay, I'm kind of, I can move on. Now that I know that, I can move on. So I'm excited for next season. Very excited for next season.
I think it'll be a very different experience for all of us.
Oh, very, yeah. I am not to anticipate our wrap up.
This is the wrap up. What we're doing right now is the wrap up.
I feel bad for ganging up on Hans so much this season. I feel like we did that a lot.
Yeah, you did.
I'm sorry.
So on Breen, who are we ganging up on? Who's getting jumped in Breen? It's
gonna be me. It was me during no. It was me during this one. It's gonna be me this time too.
No, I want to see Aaron and Hans gang up against Zach on Neil Breen. I want to be the outlier. I just want to come in completely spicy hot take, and then you two just clip something for an hour.
No, you idiot.
No, that's not what he meant by that. That's not what he meant with the green screen tiger fights. You clearly don't understand his authorial intent.
Ooh, I've never even seen a clip of his movies. I've never seen a moving image.
I have only seen out of context clips. I don't believe these are actually narrative feature length projects. I think they're just silly YouTube
excited.
clips. That's the only thing I know.
I'm excited.
I'm excited to do the research. I'm excited to dig into his history. I want to know everything.
And then after we do that, we can get just real pretentious.
Oh, yeah. If you want to talk about a season where we gang up on Hans.
Yeah.
It's designed for ganging up on Hans.
Yeah. Yeah, but we agreed on a schedule.
Yes.
Yeah. That I can get on board with.
Yeah. Bless you. Thank you so much.
I think it'll be good. It'll be very from what we talked about. It will be interesting. I will find interest in it. I'm sure.
I know it's not going to happen, but if I could have one genie wish, I still want the Spike Jonze season. I still want the season that's half
Spike
indie,
Jonze?
pretentious hipster bullshit, and the other half is Jackass with Johnny Knoxville. That's what I want. That's the dream. That's the Zach season. That is the complete Zach spectacular.
I can do that in good conscience.
Is that one episode we're talking about like her and like, understanding the falling apart of relationship in the, digital consciousness, like, cyberpunk future and the warm palette and everything. And then the next episode is like, he fell for the soup. I can't believe it. He fell for the soup.
Absolutely not.
That is the Zach season. I want that more than life itself. I want that more than anything.
Oh my gosh.
Hans, what's the ideal Hans season? Wave a wand, you get your season. What's your ideal season?
Nick Cage.
No, I don't like it. Aaron, what's your ideal
That's
season?
like a 6-year long
There's
season.
so much meat on those bones.
Too
Zach.
much. I'll
too
choke.
much meat. I'm
There's not. It's not.
I'm my belly hurts just looking at it.
I'm getting the meat sweats just thinking about
the
it.
meat sweats mighty fierce right now just thinking about it.
There's
That's
so
like a
much
meat
there.
nightmare.
You want to talk about like the shift in an artist's career?
Hans, have you ever eaten enough meat in one sitting where then it causes night terrors when you go to sleep?
No, not once. I don't suffer from that particular ailment.
Aaron, what's your dream perfect absolute season if you could wave a wand?
That's a fascinating question to which I do not really have an answer at this point.
Is that because your answer is one that we already have planned that we can't say?
I'm tempted to put that as like my dream season. The one that we've already made rules about how we're going to talk about it because oh boy, complicated person to say the least. But the bit, if we can keep that bit going for a whole season,
it's a solid bit. It is a
solid bit. The poster for that one would be so good.
Can't say anything else.
Whatever our thumbnail image will be is just so good.
You like hot dogs, right?
Feminism didn't exist until M. Night told that girl that she didn't have to be a wife. She could be whatever she wanted, like a dancer.
Like a dancer.
That's it. Vivian gave it 4 stars with a heart on Letterboxd. Christian, more like watching with anger, praying for the end.
That's good stuff.